Well, all this week we'll be talking with the 5 mayoral candidates. The election for mayor of Beaumont is May the 3rd. Early vote starts next week, and today we're so happy to be joined by at-large Councilman Randy Feldschau. Councilman Feldschau's been on the council for some time now. He is also a pastor of One City Church. So we're so lucky to have you because not only do you have your campaign, but then it is Holy Week and preparing for Easter. So we appreciate you making time to come on this morning.
Well, Angel, thank you and ARC for having me on the program. It's good to be with all the viewers, and I'm excited to be here today because we are in a campaign and early voting starts next week. So it's a good time to be out to be talking to the citizens.
Well, Mayor, I want to be fair by I wasn't expecting, but it's making news. Former Mayor Robin Mouton, and the reason I bring it up, she included you as well, saying that crime has increased under Mayor Roy West and yourself. What's your response to that, if any?
Well, there's always been a debate over crime, the rate of it compared to the other cities our size in the state of Texas, and I'm not going to get into that debate. But my one question for her would be this. You'd like to add 57 new officers. So would I. In fact, why don't we add 100? But the question is, 57 new officers at $75,000 a year, and that doesn't include payroll taxes and other expenses, that equals up to over $4 million to the budget. And right now, we have a $3.5 million deficit budget. So my question to her would be, how are you going to pay for it?
And Councilman, I think that's an interesting point you bring up because we have heard about crime, we've heard about infrastructure, we heard about downtown development, and it seems to me that you've been one of the main ones bringing up the concern about the fiscal responsibility. That has been bugging you for a bit. Tell me, is that you feel the biggest issue facing the city right now?
Well, it's one of them. Now, I'm not being an alarmist. I'm not trying to put fear in the citizens of Beaumont. We're not broke. But I am addressing a trend. I got on council in 2019, and from 2019 to 2023, we saw the fund balance drop from a high of 52 million to now the last report that I got for December, the closing of the month of December, it was 39 million. Now, I do believe that will go up, and so let's even say we settle out at 40 to 42 million dollars. I've seen the fund balance drop $10 million over the last 6 years, beginning in 2023. And I mentioned that because for 23, 24, 25, we've had a deficit budget. And the citizens don't need to take my word for it. Go on the city website, go to finances, go to departments and finances, and look at the budgets yourself. We've had a deficit budget for 3 years now.
And Councilman, obviously you have that experience on council since 2019, and you're an at-large member, which people should know. It's almost like being a mayor because you represent the entire city. So what do you think you could bring that experience as far as that your opponents don't?
Well, in my first term, there'd be 5 top priorities I have, but because of time, I'll only mention 2 this morning. Restoring strong leadership back to the mayor's office, and then fiscal responsibility. I've been city council member at large, as you mentioned, for 6 years. And that does represent the entire city. And one of the things I've experienced over the last 2 years is what happens when you are mayor without having any prior experience. The results being mistake after mistake after mistake. You have to understand that the mayor's office is a very unique position. The city manager and the council does not work for the mayor. So the mayor has to have the strength of leadership and character to gain their trust, gain their respect and earn their trust and bring them to a consensus and then move them forward to a common goal. So it does take strong leadership. The ability to stand alone and to cast a no vote, even when you know you're going to be on the losing side. But you cast a no vote because you're representing the people and you're doing what's best for them. And I do believe the citizens are more concerned about the votes I cast than the pictures I take.
And of course, with that, what's your final pitch to the voters? You have a lot of time left for Election Day, but early vote starts next week. What do you want to tell the voters?
Well, it does start next Tuesday, the 22nd, runs through the 29th. Election Day is May 3rd. And people are all saying the same thing. There's going to be a runoff. But I would say to all the citizens, don't wait for the runoff. Get involved now. Cast your vote now. And I believe that Beaumont is at a critical point. When you look at a deficit budget for 3 years in a row, when you look at all the things that we're facing right now as a city, I do believe we're at a tipping point, and we need to get involved now. Make the right decision now for the future of Beaumont.
Councilman, thank you so much for your time
Thank you.
this morning, and good luck on the campaign trail. We'll be back with more ARC Southeast Texas.